team is maybe another pass rushing interior defensive lineman next to Vita Vea. Right there, they're showing him maybe as a 3-tech or right there more of a 2-tech. I don't know if he's got the body strength to really hold up as a nose, but they've got Vita Vea to do that. He can rush off the edge. He's a versatile guy. There's a little bit of maybe a concern about how he can hold up versus the run. Maybe a little bit of a concern that he could be a Jerry Tillery type. But with Vita Vea next to him, I think that they can kind of pigeonhole him into a role that really fits. I don't dislike this pick at all for them. Here he's lined up right over the center. I don't think he'll be doing that nearly as much in the league, but as a good pass rushing 3-tech, I think that this is a decent pick by the Buccaneers here. Oh.
Is this a receiver, Theo, you think?
So, Chris.
This better be Pickens.
I bet it's going to be Pickens.
This better be Pickens. I'm going to record if in the event that I'll wait, but I'm gonna...
Are we live on YouTube right now? Oh, okay.
This
Hi,
dude
guys.
Theo, man.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we turned that on. Okay, yeah, okay. Hello. If you didn't get me on my original, like, when we were on TikTok, I did call that was about to be Hall, and this is going to be either Christian Watson or Pickens, most likely.
I think it should be Pickens. If you wanted to give Rodgers a guy, well, maybe, I don't know. The one thing I feel like Rodgers does like guys that can separate a little bit better. But Pickens, I think, like, you can just give him whatever, and he's just going to go up and get it. But if the Packers don't take guys with character concerns, and there are character concerns with
Well,
Pickens,
they took Wyatt, so I guess that's out the window
yeah,
now.
I guess, yeah, you're right. I don't know. I think Pickens is a better receiver, but
I do too. Chad is saying it's Christian Watson. I would advise not spoiling it. I would rather you guys not. Watson, again, the Packers have the opposite scouting report as me. Like, me and them just fundamentally disagree on players because they always pick guys I'm low on. Christian Watson's honestly one of them. He reminds me of Marquez Valdes-Scantling so much.
that's not a bad.
So
that's
much.
not a bad
He's the
call.
same guy. Let's see. Yeah, no, yeah. If this is Christian Watson, he's has some problems tracking the ball. I'm gonna probably talk about this more. Aaron Jones, I love him. He's always in the sombrero.
Is he announcing the pick?
He is announcing the pick. All right,
What's up?
Can I get a post on Twitter? Daniel's about to walk across the aisle.
Oh yeah.
All right, so there it is. Christian Watson. He's the wide receiver that the Packers are going to take. To me, he reminded me so much of Marquez Valdes-Scantling, like so much. Big body, fast, but he has some problems tracking the ball, looking it into his hands, like over his shoulder. Not super big at the catch point relative to his size. He actually can get muscled around there. So while I do think that he'll be open a lot down the field because of his athletic profile, I don't necessarily trust him to be reliable in that area as a route runner or as a hands catcher. Now, he is a good run blocker, and I think he's going to be useful, but I like Sky more. I liked Pickens more, and I liked Khalil Shakir, honestly, a little bit more. So, I don't know. Not in love with the pick, but it's like, MVS. And MVS got better and better like as his career went on, so we're hoping it's the same thing. Oh. Wait, Oh, they're talking about how he's good at tracking the deep ball. Mel Kiper is literally capping right now.
That was pretty impressive to not step out of bounds there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a freak athlete. He's going to go. All right. Yeah, well, obviously looks awesome on the highlights.
Everyone looks good on highlights. If
Yeah.
you don't look good on highlights, you're not draftable. Okay. Awesome. Hey, shout out. This is for live. Yeah. Shout out our social producer Daniel. He's graduating today.
Yay.
That is the most.
Yay. Shout out Daniel, for real. Yeah, he's a very Packers receiver. He really is. And the Packers, I mean, they're showing it right now, how many second-round guys they've taken. They've always had success with that. Titans, this could be one of the first quarterbacks. I kind of think they're higher on Tannehill than the average person is, so I don't think this is going to be a quarterback.
Titans. Oh, this is.
I think this is going to be a lineman, and the best lineman left, I don't know who it is. No one real good. Maybe
actually,
Bernard
that
Raymond.
wouldn't make the worst sense here.
I don't think they're going to move on from Tannehill yet.
Maybe
still
not
think,
move on, but like, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's Mccreary was still on the board. Wow, ahead of Booth.
Yeah.
That's shocking to me.
Yeah, Roger McCreary, I've got some questions about his deep threat. One sec. I'm going to start over because I'm making a TikTok. Yeah, Roger McCreary is a guy I've got some questions about his deep speed, and he doesn't have very long arms at all. So definitely lower on a lot of teams' boards because of maybe some thresholds that he doesn't meet. But he's real quick. You know, he changes direction well. I'm a little bit surprised he went off the board ahead of Booth, but I think that just goes to show like how unpolished he is on a lot of his footwork stuff. Oh my God, I cannot do this because I can't keep my finger recording it. So I guess Logan Hall is the only TikTok that I'll make.
Oh, I didn't see you had the live up.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this live right now is the fact that I'm doing homework as it's going on.
All right, I'll try to be more interesting. Okay. Yeah, McCreary, I mean, you saw him like matched up one-on-one and in press coverage against a ton of the top guys in the SEC. Locked up Jahan Dotson. He's honestly Jahan Dotson's father. If you want to know why I'm low on Jahan Dotson, go watch the Auburn game because McCreary was beating his ass, honestly, and pushing him out of bounds and forcing him towards the sidelines. So Booth does have an injury for sure. So, yeah, that is definitely a reason why he's falling. He's not super technically sound. But, yeah, interesting. Oh, here's the Jets again. Man, 4 picks in the top 40 for the Jets. That's
nuts.
absolutely ridiculous. Did they pick a wide? Yeah, they picked Wilson.
Yes, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
So they went Sauce. No, they went.
They went Sauce. They went
right.
Wilson, and then they got Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, they went Sauce, Wilson, Jermaine Johnson. This pick will be interesting then.
Yeah.
Like,
It said, let's see, Breece Hall is a Jet. I'm a Michael Carter fan, but honestly, them drafting like a Breece Hall or a Kenneth Walker would not make me mad.
no, they'd be because you can never you don't want to just have one guy at running back. Logan Hall just went.
Man. Man, the Packers gave up both second rounders to move up for Watson. I think that's a really bad move. I'd really hate that, especially if Sky Moore is there at 53 and they could have had him.
Oh, are we setting Matt up? Oh, he's in the shower. I didn't know that. I thought he was taking a nap.
The Packers gave two second-round picks to a division rival to move up for the next Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Sad.
Very Packers of them. The link, yeah.
Matt is in the green room. Matt was drafted by the Lions last year, if you remember that, and so he's at training camp right now. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Benito and Winfrey, the two best players in the draft. I don't love Benito, man. I think he's someone that's a third round guy. He just has no anchor in the running game. He can't really, have any kind of power in his hands or bull rush. So it's like a pure speed rusher that doesn't really give you much else in terms of value. So I'm not a big fan of his, sadly. Jets have had an interesting draft for sure. It's hard to argue that it's bad. Not the highest Jermaine. I'm not the biggest Jermaine Johnson fan, and I'm not the biggest Ahmad Gardner fan. But like, they're both worth those. I would have gone with Stingley, but he was gone. So like, it was worth making Gardner CB2, and late in the first round, Jermaine Johnson starts to be good value. So even though they didn't pick guys I like loved. Is that Revis? Yes, it is.
That beard, man. He's looking like James Harden.
Jarrell Harden.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. That's filthy. That's filthy. I can't lie.
So they've taken 4 top 32 players for me. Wow. Yeah. 4 top 32 players for me.
Jets are. The Jets have to be good. I mean, you just have, I don't know, you just have too much talent at this point to like not be good.
Yeah, I mean, Brees Hall, yeah, I truly, both him and Walker are incredible. Like, look at these highlights, man. Like, Brees Hall is it.
Yeah,
You could maybe see him be like his top end speed. I mean, he ran a really good 40 times, so maybe that's not even valid. He's not like the most, like, he doesn't look like he's moving like in a flash right there.
Right.
He's a little slower. But again, a 40 time doesn't back that up.
That's kind of how prime Le'Veon looked.
Right. No, that's kind of who I mean, any running back with like vision is going to get the but like that's not even what highlights are going to show is the vision, but he has amazing patience and amazing I just don't see how he could possibly be bad. What is on his teeth? Is he have braces on?
That might be it. Dude's a family man. Love that.
He's a family man. We love a family man. But yeah, Brees Hall is kind of it. He is kind of it. Like Kenneth Walker, slightly
excluding positional value. Where did you have him ranked?
I had him as my 15th ranked prospect in the whole draft. Like positional value out the window. Like he's better at being a running back than Jermaine Johnson is at being an edge rusher, in my opinion. Like, okay, Petrie, I didn't totally love when I watched him. Very like Blitz Boy. This is Blitz Boy. You want a slander name for Petrie? They're about to show the highlights. Let's see how many of them are blitzes. That lines up solely in the slot. We've never seen him play high safety. All of these plays are going to be blitzes from the slot or slot coverage maybe. No, he can't play. I mean, maybe he can play deep. We haven't seen it. That's the thing. Like, people are going to say, oh, yeah, he can play deep, but we haven't seen it ever because he just hasn't done it. Blitz Boy.
I think people like have this assumption that playing deep is like an easier skill set, and thus like, oh, well, if he can play down, then he can play deep.
Yeah, and I guess I don't have like many opinions on where it's easiest to play or not, but he is a slot guy. He is a slot corner or a star. And my thing is like he plays kind of that Jamal Adams role where he blitzes and he's in the slot a whole lot. But he's small. He's small. So it's like
because Adams
is built. Adams is a big guy. So he's like, if Adams was small, is that like a fantastic pick? Right. To me, I lean no. So I wasn't super high on Petrie, but I mean, he is a playmaker. He did a lot of stuff for that Baylor defense in terms of pass breakups and blitzes and pressures and all of that. So, productive player for sure. It's definitely my least favorite of their 3 picks, though, but it is whatever. Nope.
Nope.
Brees Hall got picked. He went to the Jets.
Logan Hall got picked.
Yeah, I like Carter, but Carter. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think Carter, like him and Carter are two, like that's an elite duo.
Yes.
Yeah. Petrie absolutely destroyed OU. Yeah, I mean, I just worry about his NFL fit. Like, if he's going to be in that role, I would want a bigger body, like blitzing and taking on linebackers and all that. That's just my personal thoughts on Petrie. The Texans did. Blitz boy. Matt is off screen.
Matt is off screen.
He just got out of the shower.
Matt hates us, actually. That's what we've learned.
Nearly all the football heads I follow are very, very low on Petrie. That's not true about the ones I have. I think Brett Coleman likes Petrie. I think there's some other guys I like who like Petrie, but I just think yeah.
I'm not super well versed on the safeties. I feel like that's the one position I really didn't dive too deep on. I was just like, Hamilton's him. I don't really care about anything else. That was kind of how I was with Kyle Pitts last year. I was like, Kyle Pitts is him. Fuck all the other tight ends, man. Except for I did like Tommy Tremble. Tommy Tremble was that guy.
TJ Watt had more sacks than the Falcons organization last year. They got to go edge, man. What did they get? They got London, so they got their wide receiver. They haven't had a good edge rusher in like a decade, man.
They only had
suck.
They only had the one pick, right? They didn't trade back.
No, they didn't trade back, so
Okay.
they only had the one pick. But like,
Yeah, so they got London.
they got London. They had that one season from Vic Beasley, but I can't really call Vic Beasley like a really good edge rusher.
And it's not even edge. Like they have so many needs, right? That we talk about, but like this should be. Would I be remiss to say? I mean, this is probably Ebiketie.
I mocked him to them in their first round. I had them trading back for him. Ebiketie would be a great pick here for them, like a phenomenal pick if this is Ebiketie.
I mean, I'd be shocked if it was like.
Let's see.
I think he's my like best defensive. Other than Booth, he's the best defensive player available.
I've got Booth, Chanel, and Ebiketie as like the first round caliber talents left.
Okay.
Mel Kiper Jr. looks like the eagle from the Muppets. Sam the Eagle? He kind of does.
There's no quarterback at 40 or 41. I'd be stunned, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the other thing. Is this could be a QB?
Yeah, this could be. Ritter is not off the table here. I said that
Yeah, they liked him.
they liked him. They were connected to him, and he's a lot like Tannehill, where Arthur Smith had success with Tannehill. Tannehill is the one thing Arthur Smith said is like accuracy is one of the hardest things to fix in a quarterback, and that's his biggest flaw. So maybe reading the lines on that is a little points maybe away from Ritter and more towards someone like Willis, who's not from Atlanta, I don't think, but he's from Georgia.
It's Ebiketie.
It is?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's a great pick.
Great, phenomenal pick from them. I love that.
Fantastic pick.
He's such a good pass rusher. He has got everything you want. Like bend, power in his hands, a good pass rush plan, counter moves. A little questionable in the run game sometimes, but at this point, if you're the Falcons, you're like,
You take what you can get.
geez, let's get, who did they take? They took Vic Beasley. He was sort of a bust except for that 1 year.
Right.
Tack McKinley, kind of a bust. Let's get an edge rusher here. I mean, you're gonna see the highlights here. Let's see if I can remember this play. I think he just works right through this guy. Oh no,
76, just
76.
Like,
Yeah,
that dude just forgot what was going on.
he kind of did the fake engage. He shot his hands and brought him back and went around the edge, caught him a little off balance. Slithers in between that B gap there. He's got a lot of different ways that he can win. I'd be sick if I was a Seahawks fan and they took him right there. I'd be sick.
A lot of guys get caught up, in hand fighting, they get their hands in someone's chest, and they're like, "Oh, I got my hands inside, I beat you," right? I think that's where a lot of guys get caught up, and they just forget to finish the play. Or not forget, but it's easy to not finish the play after that. Okay, Bears. This has to be a receiver.
I don't even know if it does have to be. They've got so many needs.
Right. I would pick 3 receivers at this pick if I could.
If their offensive line was their receiving core, their offensive line is just as bad as their receiving core is. Their edge rushers outside of they have no defensive linemen outside of Robert Quinn. Them and the Falcons just have no.
Okay.
The cupboard is
if
empty.
you're what you're looking at, you're in the second round, pick 39.
Can I just have something?
Yeah, you can. You're in the second round at pick 39. When you think about the offensive line, right? There's 5 guys in the offensive line. You're not even gonna remotely fix your offensive line with this pick.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get anywhere close. Edge defender, I could get behind, but receiver, you could make a legitimate an impact with a Pickens or a Sky Moore.
I suppose I can see that.
It wouldn't totally change your offense.
From left to right, you've got Tevin Jenkins, who was not great when he started last year, but he was a second-round pick, so you're hoping that there's something there. Cody Whitehair, good center. Sam Mustipher? Is there center? Mustipher? Who?
Mustafar.
Lucas Patrick.
These dudes are going.
Lucas Patrick was okay for the Packers, and then Larry Borum. So you can maybe talk yourself into it with another tackle, a right tackle, and you can maybe say that's a passable offensive line.
Right.
Because with Jenkins and Whitehair and Lucas Patrick, you could say they're okay, but Tevin Jenkins is not okay yet. But you hope he can maybe be. Their guard's okay. Their left tackle is promising, and then if you have a right tackle, you can talk yourself into that. The other thing is there's just not that many tackles left that are that good. I think it's the cupboard. They just kind of got picked over real fast. Tyler Smith's a guy you would like in the second round, but it's a potential starting tackle. Just go. So it's Bernard Raymond, maybe. He's kind of a later second round guy to me, and I don't know about him at right tackle. Maybe. I'm not the biggest Raymond fan. He's a PFF merchant, sadly. That 25-year-old.
Wait, 25?
Yeah, he's 25.
Jesus, I didn't know that.
25 with short arms, and people thought he was going top 20. Thanks, PFF.
We literally had a PFF we literally had PFF Seth on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people working at PFF that I like. I'm just saying they overrated.
Yeah.
They overrated Bernard Raymond. Ryman. I think every American is saying his name wrong, but Christian Watson.
Not Pickens.
Packers love to take guys I don't like, man. It's their biggest flaw. Even though they usually Stokes worked out, and I didn't even hate Gary that much, but I was kind of underwhelmed by it, and he worked out. So, it is what it is.
These goddamn flies, man.
All right, Bears. Oh, Matt Forte. I like Matt Forte. He's a super cool dude. Underrated running back.
How can you not like Matt Forte?
Life was better when Matt Forte was dominating the league. I always think there was a year
Ahead of Booth? Ahead of bro.
I just hate the Washington corners. Sorry. They're boring to watch. They bored me. All right. I don't know. I had a second round grade on him, so this is actually not the biggest reach in the world. I just didn't like watching them.
It's the fact that he's ahead of Booth that for me, like, bro.
Yeah.
How are these?
He could
What?
be good. I don't know. He could be good. I just like they just run so much cover 3. Like they just bail into cover 3 immediately. They're almost like system corners to me. They're like system. He's a system corner. Like, oh, bail cover 3, bail cover 3. Let's see some man. All right, let's see you line up, press somebody, please. Instead of just bailing. And then like in the Pac-12, the offenses they play are like read option, read option, read option. So it's like he's trying to guard this like RPO from a bail technique. It's like, look at it, like, okay, nice job. Okay, that's kind of a sick play, honestly, but
He does have some highlights.
there's some man. Hey, was that on? I think that was on London, yeah. Blitz boy. Yeah, okay. The Washington corners can tackle. They're the two best tackling corners, both of them and McDuffie. They love to tackle. Here's a man snap. Wow. The quarterback threw that late and inside. Yeah, that one was a little.
That's pretty much the worst.
That
throw
one
I've
was a
ever
little.
seen. Speaking of quarterbacks throwing those, like,
Okay, he kind of got stacked there. Okay.
another bad throw by the quarterback.
I'm not impressed with these highlights. That's because they couldn't find any man highlights, and they're like, all right, here's one.
You know,
He's all right. I don't know.
you know who
This
I
pick
think,
doesn't.
You know who I think is kind of going to be he's kind of an underrated quarterback? Bailey Zappi.
Yeah,
I like
I didn't
Bailey
watch it.
Zappi.
I didn't watch any of the quarterbacks outside of like the main
Yeah.
characters.
I just happened. I was like looking. I was just like I wanted to look for like a sleeper guy, and I noticed that like dude set 1 billion records this year.
This has got to be. This has got to be.
This is Ritter, all damn day to Seattle. Come on.
Look at how happy the. Oh, that's the Bears.
No one's that happy for anyone but Desmond Ritter. That's the only guy you can be that happy for.
Well, I'm glad he got picked early in the second round, though. It actually reminds me a lot of Kevin King. Kevin King was a Washington corner, and he was in the green room, and he was the only one who didn't get picked in the whole green room. And then the Packers took him in with the first pick in the second round, and he got to walk up on the stage and all that. So this reminds me a lot of. This gives me, well, serious Kevin King vibes, sadly.
Who's the guy? There's a Iowa corner. Maybe he didn't get
Josh Jackson.
I thought he was going to be so good at his ball skills that he was not.
He was not. And I was excited when the Packers took him.
Got the
Because
mic
he had
and
so many
everything.
picks, and he had a good like preseason too. When his rookie year, it's like, oh my god, and then he was just a walking holding penalty.
I got burned on Malik Hooker for the same reasons, but I would make that mistake again. Malik Hooker.
You know, Matt, you could come join us on this live.
I got you on mic. Oh, well, my fault.
May want to put on some long pants after the treatment you got. After you got the treatment you got last time. The chat was bullying Matt last time. If Matt joins us, you can't be as mean to him as you were last time. You have to, even if you aren't, you have to tell him he looks cute and act excited to see him. All right, that's the rule. That's how we get Matt on this thing. Did Ajabo's injury hurt his draft stock? Well, it didn't help. It didn't. I would say yeah. I would say it did.
Ajabo's good though. I love Ajabo.
Ajabo's nice. I really think he can be like a, Harold Landry or Vic Beasley or something like that.
Come on. They can't do this to a new father.
Yeah, look at that kid, man. She needs to. She that child needs to eat. That baby needs a. Ritter doesn't have any money since he's a college guy. They're saying I'm sorry, Matty Poo. Sorry.
Jelani Woods.
Like 10 minutes though, don't we?
I don't know.
Yeah, because they said like towards the end, which would be like 5:30, maybe even like a little later than that. Because we don't even like have the studio for us until 6:30. So like,
The Riddler.
Bad pick.
not a bad pick, but not Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, he's all right. He's definitely a Seahawksy kind of. How long are his arms? Yeah, they're at 150. Why don't I like Christian Watson? Christian Watson is MVS. He's a good run blocker, very athletic, trouble tracking the football in my opinion, and not what his size would suggest on jump balls. Like not someone who's actually going to like go up and win there. Takes a lot of steps like breaking in and out. Like he'll take like 7 steps to do it. Not someone who's going to be more early in his career than just kind of someone to take the top off the defense, but to me more of someone who can develop into a good number 2 more than a dominant number 1. Matt's legs look so good. Nice body language as well. Textbook body language even. Thoughts on the Titans so far? Oh, who did they? I already forgot who they took in the second round. They already had a pick. Cause
They took.
they got. Well, I love Burks. I like Burks a lot, so that's a good pick from them. And then they took. Oh, they took Roger Mccreary. They took
Yes.
Roger Mccreary went off the board pretty early in the second. So, and we like Roger Mccreary here. I think second round is a good spot for him.
That's what for me, but over Booth is.
Booth has got some medicals too.
Don't care.
He's got a long
Better.
laundry list of medical issues.
Booth better.
Mafe, I haven't talked about Mafe at all. They just picked him. Mafe is a little older than you'd like for a prospect. Pass rush plan is a little. He's old. I think he's like 24. Oh well, already. Whoa, no! Why? My 2 favorite running backs in football. Rashad Penny and Kenneth Walker.
Oh, you know what? I'll say we love Kenneth Walker.
We love Kenneth Walker here.
Rip Chris Carson, man.
However, at Chris Carson, I'm afraid.
First of all, rest in peace, Chris Carson. Second of all, I guess Drew Lock is the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I mean, I wish.
It's like, and we love him too. And we're
We
like,
love him,
if
yeah.
We're not that strong on positional value. It's like even with all that being said, dude, you've got running backs.
Look, how many? Oh, what's the over under on Drew Lock passes attempted this year?
Take the under right now. Or take the over.
Yeah, they're talking about his blocking. It's not great.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Love the Charles Cross pick.
and I love like Kenneth Walker. Like Cross and Walker are 2 top 10 prospects in the whole draft for me that they just got. So I understand the temptation, but I just love Rashad Penny as well. Again, the highest yards per carry like in the league behind a pretty tough offensive line. So they're saying the Gravedigger shirt is a big W.
Oh, sweet, thank you. I've gotten a couple of compliments on it today.
Yeah, some strippers really loved it.
That's derogatory.
No, but that's what they were, right?
It's like those
Or showgirls. I don't know.
I don't know.
Showgirls. Whatever. They were walking down the street. They said, Gravedigger, good shirt, Matt.
They like the dog one.
They like the dog one.
Monster truck.
Yeah. You know? Is Dean really slipping because he's short? Yes, sir. Yeah. And he's injury. He's got an
I
injury
would
right
have
now.
taken Dean and Ritter there probably.
Yeah.
Against the Colts, that'd be cool. The Colts are not. Honestly, dude. I think every single team from here on out should take Ritter at this point, but like the Colts
Dude.
would not be stupid to do that.
I had him with Howell in my second round mock. But also, like, all the quarterbacks that I like more than Howell were also
Gone.
off the board. Exotic dancer. Yeah, whatever you want to say. W. Matt. That's where Matt was. What's going on with Malik Willis? He's not that good. As simple as that.
Facts.
Nothing's going on.
Facts.
He's just not that good.
But Matt Corral is that good, so I don't know what's
Matt
going on.
Corral's not that good either.
Oh.
Ritter is good. This is like, Vikings traded up.
Oh, this is Ritter.
They're howling for Howell. Howell going to the Vikings. That's like a bit on Vikings Twitter right now. Is that like, I think someone just made up a report that they love Howell for number 2. Like just totally like lie, and everyone knew they lied, and they were like, "Oh, I'm excited for Howell at 12." So Howell's kind of a running joke on Vikings Twitter right now.
They could do that and then trade Kellen Mond to the Panthers. We get a Mond, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield quarterback battle.
This should be.
Yeah. Who are the Colts picking, Theo? I don't know because they traded out. So we'll see who's there. Vikings getting Booth. That, I think, makes sense. A corner for them. I mean, Dantzler, you're kind of hoping, like, he was on Zim's doghouse last year and didn't get much playing time, but he was promising his rookie year. So you're thinking, like, maybe it was just, like, Zimmer being an old fart and, being out of touch. So Dantzler, you could say maybe he's a solid starter. Patrick Peterson is not great anymore. They could definitely use a – Booth would be a good pick for them, I think, because you wouldn't need him to be the guy right away. I don't know. Booth would be a good pick from them.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Booth is just good value at this point.
Yeah,
right?
at this
It's a guy
point.
who was getting a lot of, borderline top 20.
Yeah, I mean, he's really fast, amazing ball skills, pretty, not the most fluid hips, but good enough, long arms, so good size, to get his hands in between the wide receiver's hands and everything. So Booth is you see the vision with Booth is how with McCreary, McCreary's tape might be a little bit better, but McCreary, man, is his speed really where you want it to be? Is the arm length really where you want it to be? Where it's I trust him. Booth, you see it a little bit more,
I agree.
the potential. So
I agree.
Mel's best available.
It's going to be all quarterbacks here after Dean goes. It's going to be Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Ojabo's interesting too. Just because I saw some people say, I knew this was ridiculous that he was still going to go first round. It's he's a good player, but dude, an Achilles injury's still an Achilles injury. So I don't care about Cam Akers. That's brutal, and it sucks.
And Cam Akers came back and was not that good in the playoffs.
I mean, it's just tough. So
Cine was a good pick. Cine was quite a good pick. I think Cine is just a really good football player.
What do you have on your socks, Blade?
Do you hate my socks?
I don't hate them.
Is that a
what do you
margarita?
have?
They're cocktails, I think.
Oh, okay. I just couldn't see the whole thing.
All right, who's this old guy? Al Pacino in his most ambitious role yet. No.
He has always got the bits. Tough, bro.
Yeah, What happened in that Super Bowl, Ed? What happened to the Vikings? Haha, you're so funny, Ed. I wish one guy would just go on a full stand-up routine.
How long?
What's the
How
deal?
long can you go out there and just keep talking
I
before they
think
pull
forever.
you?
What's the deal with this backstage?
I think the NFL will let you go on for as long as you want.
He's going for it. He's giving his whole
I respect it.
stand-up routine.
I don't, man. Get off the stage.
I don't know.
Oh, he's going in.
Dog.
This man, man is gonna announce his presidential bid here. Yeah, here we go. Vikings, haha. Wisconsin, bad. The Vikings fans hate the Packers more than they like the Vikings, and this is another example of that. The more you deal with Viking fans, the more you will realize this is the case.
Dude, he really is going for it, man.
Like, bro.
They got to play like the Oscars like music.
Yeah, it's just like he's gonna go on forever, man. This dude.
Did I? That's funny. That worked out that way.
This dude. This dude.
That's a good pick. That's a good
okay.
pick.
Stupid Vikings. The Vikings do this every year as they take the guys who fall. They are the team where their slide ends. They do it every single year. They cut him off. It's so funny.
It is. It's
a good bit.
That's something I'm very jealous of. I wish, I think everyone wishes their team was a team that would like pick the guys who were falling and whatnot.
Yeah, no, that's like the Vikings' whole strategy.
I'm scared the Giants will take Willis. I think that'd be fun at this point.
I hope so, because it's just another pick in my mock that ends up being right. Oh my God. This man is. The he thinks we're listening meme is hitting different. Yeah, Darisaw. I remember they did it with T.J. Clemmings years ago. They did it with Bucky Hodge. Every single year there's a guy, and it's not always a first-round guy that falls. It could be like a seventh-round guy that people thought were a day two guy. But I swear it happens every year. I hope this guy goes even longer. Miro.
Man.
Tough scene for
People who said that he
Kadarius
wouldn't.
Toney.
Yeah. Man.
That's a tough pick to me.
Man. That is tough for Kadarius.
They've ruined their draft, sadly. Well, maybe this guy won't be more focused on his rap career than showing up to OTAs. Tony's music is not that bad, though.
I haven't
For a rapper,
listened to it.
If you listen to it, he's actually pleasantly surprised me. Yeah, that little gadget wide receivers just are not my flavor. People like them because they well, it's like
How many
same with
gadget wide receivers are there really in the NFL?
Did he go higher than Rondale Moore last year? Because Rondale Moore is kind of a similar dude, but his tape was substantially better. And yeah,
Man.
he
went over Pickens. That's crazy. That's one of those things where if you had said it before the draft, no one would have believed you. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Woo! Here we go, Brownies. Here. Dudes are Browns haters, man. I've accepted it. No one wants to see the Browns do well.
Yeah. So Tony, future Packer Kadarius Tony. Let's talk about it. We got Watson, Tony, Lazard, Cobb, with the best defense in the league. You know? And the best, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Browns are on the clock.
Yes, they are.
I didn't even see that.
That's why I
Oh.
said, here we go, Brownies.
Never mind. The Texans just
Oh,
traded up.
my God. I can't have anything, man.
They were going to pick Pickens, too.
Well, now at least we'll get a defensive lineman.
My gut tells me that they Pickens. Actually, they really do got to go defensive line.
They really do.
Really have to.
It's brutal.
All right, Travis Jones it is. That's not bad. The Tony situation is a tough one.
Yeah, because it's like he has been like
I think, I don't know. I guess I don't know. You can't really know is the hard part about that stuff. But my gut would tell me is that a team would not give up on a guy like that or do something like this if they weren't feeling really, really
yeah.
bad
I mean,
about
there's like a laundry again, not showing up for OTAs last year. He plays in about 2 games, throws a punch. He's hurt the whole year. I know he was caught with like an AK-47 in his car at Florida, and like there's just kind of this litany of off the field issues where I think it's very fair to question is this guy bought into being a football player? I don't think that's unreasonable. And I love Tony, and I've said this before. He's the hardest guy. When you watch him, it's he is so
I
hard to bring down. His twitch and his balance, and it's just different. So I'm a Tony fan, but I do think it's fair. But that's why you bring him to Green Bay, where he can't get into trouble. What are you going to
Nothing to
do?
do.
Who are you going to run with in Green Bay? You know? Philip, the 80-year-old, white dude.
Have you been? I mean, yeah, you've been to Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. I've been to Green Bay plenty of times.
I've never been there. How is it?
Green Bay's, I'm always there for Packer games. I'm not usually, just hanging out in the city, so. But I love the stadium and the area around the stadium.
Oh, Browns trade?
Back. They traded back.
Yeah.
What do they get?
I'd love to know.
Yeah, tons of trades. Texans, they've made, what, now 4 picks in the top 50? This MF team loves to trade with the Browns.
Yeah, I know. If only.
If the Lions can get a quarterback here, a lot of people are going to say they're the winners of the draft, I'm betting. Just sticking at 46.
Hey,
All right, I can.
interesting pick. He's just the epitome of solid to me.
Yeah.
Good route runner, decent hands.
Bama
decent
definitely
after the
missed him
catch.
when he was gone.
Yeah. Not a phenomenal game-breaking athlete to me, but a solid piece of a wide receiving core, for sure.
See, and now we're really getting to, I guess teams are low on Pickens.
Pickett, yeah, they hate that. MF.
Watson, okay, but now we've got Robinson and Mechie going over him, which would have been crazy.
And Sky
talk.
Moore too. I love Sky Moore. I'm really surprised that the NFL isn't also high on him because he plays great.
They got 68, 108, and 124. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense for the Browns to try to move back. They have a lot of guys they got to get, although Travis Jones would have been a good pick there.
I am submitting my homework. Like the absolute goat that I am.
All right. Baltimore, third pick in the top 50. Let's see. What could they use? Trying to predict this pick. Wide receiver would make some sense here. Obviously, now that Hollywood is gone, maybe you want some speed in that offense.
Maybe you would have wanted Mechie for the
Yeah.
speed, but I think, dude, I think Sky Moore, or any of those
Sky
receivers would be a
Moore,
nice
I think
addition.
maybe even something like Tyquan Thornton is a guy who
You think he'll go this high? I liked him too. You think he'll go this high?
I think he could go this high. I really do.
I guess teams do. I do like
Because he's
speed.
got people love speed. They love speed. He had the fastest 40 time, and I think I was pleasantly surprised watching him, like the way that he could kind of settle in zones and track the football and make some catches through contacts. Like he's real thin, but you know he's not like this total just a speed guy. Good height. Yeah.
Somebody said this was a glass cup. It's actually a plastic cup. I'm sticking to my plastic cup roots.
Damn, that's
I forgot all about
metal
that.
cup
though.
better.
This dude said metal cup better.
Pickens, yeah, this could be a spot where his slide ends.
Feels like a Pickens.
It's gonna
It
feel
would
like
be
that
a
for
blatant
every.
because you love all the players that the
The Ravens love to draft players that I love.
yeah.
That's true. Alec
Pierce could go here.
Alec
Yeah,
Pierce time.
Pierce could go here.
That'd be awesome.
I'm really disappointed about what the Packers did, man. In the second round.
I might want to charge my phone up here just a little bit if I.
Oh yeah, I should probably also do that. And I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back, folks.
Ravens will take Ojabo. That'd be a good pick. I think he's definitely I like him. He's a good player. And you've got two other guys already, so I think putting those injury, having those guys with a big injury as your first pick, and you're like really counting on them is tough. Tough way to build a draft class. Right. They've gotten two easy day one starters.
You can just have them back by the playoffs and
Detroit will not skip on Dean. I would tend to agree. I think that Dean is someone who I thought would fit what they want really well. And I thought it was like, you talk about like Dean being a leader of the defense. The Lions really don't have that guy yet. Some teams I feel like do have that guy, and maybe that just doesn't matter for them for Dean, I guess. But
there's no main character of that defense there. Maybe Hutchinson now.
well, man.
And either way, that still fits. The Ravens always take guys that I love. I love David Ojabo. Fuck
It's
you,
a good
Baltimore.
pick. They're definitely. That's good for him too. I think if I was an edge rusher, I would want to go to Baltimore.
That's an amazing reaction, by the way. Like, if you're not like a blubbering mess or like stone cold, I don't want it. Like, those are the only options for your reaction for the draft. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and change outfits real quick.
Okay.
You're crazy.
Oh yeah, this game against Michigan State was kind of a masterclass from him.
I remember him playing pretty well against Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Lamar's definitely mad. I thought it was crazy that Hollywood Brown requested a trade.
Yeah.
I didn't really get that. Those uniforms are terrible. The yellow pants is terrible.
I like those uniforms.
Oh.
I think Michigan has phenomenal uniforms. I think that's
I-
the
I-
best
I-
helmet.
I think, I don't know, man. With the Michigan uniform, I can get down with, but it's got to be the Navy pants. Blue, I guess.
Man, they really hate these quarterbacks.
Dude, they really do.
They just have no interest, and none of them are franchise. I mean, these are all going to be backups at this point, right? Like,
I think I would
None of
really
them are-
like to see the Panthers trade up and get one at this point. This is good value, and you can, and I understand like
you don't
okay,
have many picks.
we don't have many picks, so it's hard to trade up. But I'm even like, just give the fan base a little something to
Right.
get-
You got to get some. Either give up those picks for Baker or
Right, you
Ritter
gotta
or
do-
even Willis or.
And I think it's like you take one of those guys, you play them the whole year, and if they're good, great. If not, you can move on in a year, and
Hello,
it's no big
Keegan
deal.
Michael Key. He's getting right to the point. Good job. Oh, my boy. I like it. I like Pascal a lot. Pascal is a very good value here. I think I had him. Where did I have him on my big board? I had him as an easy second rounder. I had him above a lot of good players.
Now, he's
Pascal,
played a lot
Pascal.
of like he'll move around on the defensive line a lot.
Yeah, it
won't
reminds
he?
me a little bit of Zadarius Smith. He's someone who, he'll line up. I'm sure they'll show it on the highlights here. Nose tackle, 1 tech, 2 tech, 3 tech. I'm sure he played all of the techs that you can think of. Active hands and good initial, like, get off and pop. Like, win in a lot of ways. Powerful guy. I think he's going to be a really good starter. I think, like, athleticism is not maybe, like, it doesn't, like, max out as, like, maybe this 15 sack a year guy, but as, like, a good starter, I think that's a pretty safe bet. Look at him. That's
No,
he's
and
so good.
I'm glad the Lions are adding a lot of talent to this defense. They needed that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the offense is pretty much complete, and their front seven just has a lot of guys who are.
Yeah, I loved their
guys.
draft last year too when they just kind of went trenches, and I'm liking this draft as well for them. I think that those are 3 impact starters.
Cool.
What? Okay, sounds good.
And I would like the Lions to take a quarterback too, but
Yeah, I wonder where they'll end up going now. It's free fall at this point.
the longer they fall, though, more likely the Panthers get a guy. Be right back.
Commanders, I don't know what they need. Oh, it's the Theo show. All right, where's the chat here? Welcome to the Theo show. Commanders, Dotson, let's see. What are they going to do? That's a good question. Let's see if I can guess. I think this is a spot for maybe a safety. That would maybe be my guess. A single high safety that they've got curl in the box and then maybe someone up high with some range. Trying to think of the safeties available. Maybe like a Nick Cross wouldn't surprise me here. Maybe that's my pick. Maybe Nick Cross. My favorite album is Mad Villainy. That's Tell us your deep emotional traumas. I don't really have many. Nothing that bad has happened to me in my life. You know, I don't have any deep emotional traumas. Brisker doesn't. I don't think of Brisker as like. I think of him more as a strong safety than a free safety. I think we're talking about like rangy free safety right now. Yeah. I'm thinking Nick Cross is my prediction. Thoughts on where Nakobe Dean ends up?
I mean, it's tough.
It's tough at
now.
this point, you know. Who knows? Happy with the Packers. I think we'll be a good team next year. So.
About halfway done.
But the round 3 is also today, but we don't have to go live for all of round 3.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did I eat for breakfast? A bagel with cream cheese.
I kind of assigned the subs. That's funny. I'll give him that. I'll give Subway that.
I love Subway, man.
More of a Jimmy John's guy. I feel like
Jimmy John's is Jimmy John's. I'm not a Jimmy John's guy.
I'm a Jimmy John's fella.
How tall is Kayvon Thibodeau? He doesn't look that much taller than Garrett, because I've heard like he's 6'5". He was not 6'5" in that picture.
Who's not 6'5"?
Why do I say bagel like that? Because I'm from Minnesota. I love Santana Moss.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
one of those nostalgic names
players.
for sure.
Yeah. He's dripped out right now too. That jacket kind of rocks.
It does.
Okay. Bad news for that one guy or maybe good news. One of their defensive tackles, like you'd think that's one of their stronger positions, so kind of interesting they would lean that way. I don't hate Fedarian Mathis though. I didn't really scout him, but when I was watching some of the other guys, he stuck out to me as someone who actually had some juice. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't really love this pick, but I don't know. I think it's an interesting one just because Payne or who's that other defensive tackle they have could be on the move.
Jonathan Allen?
Yeah.
Man.
Jerron Payne or Jonathan Allen, right? I think that's a pretty good.
That's a tough one to get excited about then, you know?
Yeah.
If it means you're going to move on from a really
I don't think it's tough to get excited about this one for sure. Not loving the Washington draft so far. Not a big Dotson fan. Not a big fan of this pick either. So. Where is Devin Lloyd going? Well, probably Jacksonville, considering they picked him last night. You say Bagel like Britta from Community. Well, is she from Minnesota?
I have no
Cannon?
idea.
Let's go
I
on
forgot about
Community Wiki. Where is she from? Where? She's from Colorado, according to the lore.
I feel like that adds up because Colorado people say Colorado.
Yeah, they do say Colorado. They say their own state wrong. She lived in New York. I don't know. I said Bagel. That's bagel is, I guess, the other way, but it is. Don't care. What do you say, hammock or hammock? Get out of here with that. Hammock?
There's no way.
Why does that sound like a Lord of the Rings character?
You're also the only one, because there are a lot of these in the NFL. You're also the only one who pronounces the P in Campbell.
Campbell? All right, whatever. When have you heard me say Campbell?
There are a lot of Campbells.
There's Paris Campbell. There's
Exactly. You said Paris Campbell a lot.
I don't think I've talked about Paris Campbell that much. Who's the guy? Tyson Campbell, I think, was the guy last year.
Exactly. The other Campbells.
We're just gonna ignore the hammock thing.
It's
That
how do you
one-
spell-
that one's
Someone spell
egregious.
Someone spell hammock for me. Let's hear it. HAMM
HAMMOCK.
ham mock. Is it an I?
Sorry to come in on this live stream,
This
but
is our producer Alex.
It's
ladies
not
and gentlemen.
hammock.
say it again.
Hammock.
One
mocking.
more time.
Hammock.
It is not hammock.
How to pronounce?
Okay, he's googling how to pronounce hammock.
Is this the Hot Ones guy? It is. Shout out.
That's not even how you
Can
say
I get
it.
that one more time?
Google's wrong. Hammock. That's wrong. It's hammock.
It's hammock. All right. See you guys later.
All right. Well, whatever. Brisker went off the board. He was a nice player. I watched him.
I like him. He's like one of those in the box guys, right?
Yeah, kind of a traditional strong safety. Not someone like Petrie who was like a blitz boy all the time, or a Dax Hill who almost played like slot corner. He'll walk down to the box and he's a good strong safety. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I liked his doesn't have high. I didn't think he was like this crazy high level like speedy dude, but I didn't like the way he changed direction and covered some tight ends, like kind of faking in and going out. I thought he moved and changed directions well. Decent tackler. Yeah. Let's see. Theater, Theo, say it. Theater. What am I? Hammock. Hammock. I don't understand. So many people say hammock. Hammock. Is that a Midwest thing?
Saying hammock?
Yeah. Well, you guys, Ohio's
I have
borderline.
never once in my. You're telling me this is the first time you've ever heard someone say hammock?
No, I've heard it before. I've just also heard tons of people say hammock. Like in Minnesota?
I've never heard it once in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think it's valid. Of course, I think it's valid. It's my fucking pronunciation.
Like you're saying the Saints need a quarterback. I feel like they're kind of committed to Jameis. But if they do take Ritter here and let him sit for a couple of years, or like Willis and let him sit for a couple of years, that might not be a bad play.
Our company is based in West Central Wisconsin, and many of our employees pronounce hammock hammock.
Oh.
That's where West Central Wisconsin. Yeah, you know where my family is from.
West Central Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good for you, Theo. You pronounced hammock wrong.
Hammock. Well, I'm sorry. West Central Wisconsin has some weird. They call it drinking fountain. Like my parents say bubbler.
Right,
instead of
like
drinking
that.
fountain. That's also a very Wisconsin thing.
Bubbler. You guys have. I've
Mocking.
heard of
Yeah,
that
like
one.
mocking is an activity. Like I'm going mock it. Like I'm gonna go hang on a hammock. Mocking.
No one calls it mocking.
No one has.
In my neck of the woods, they do. All right. Pronounce caramel. You think I'm British? Gonna say caramel? You're an elite. You're a coastal elite if you see caramel. Get the fuck out of here with that. Caramel. Do I say soda or pop? Here's the thing. I say both.
It is soda.
I've called it
It is
pop or
soda.
soda. I've literally. I bet you if you counted all the time I've said both of those words, it's about equal. I call it both. No, I don't say milk. I that really gets on my nerves is milk. I call it milk. Obviously. The rest of my family actually says milk though. I have some milk. It's milk, hopefully. I say both though. I don't die on either hill. I don't know what I call it more than.
Didn't Pro Football Focus have Raymond as like their 12th prospect?
Oh yeah, they had him ridiculously high. He's a PFF merchant. He really is. Bernard Raymond. Pronounced young boy. Wooder or water. I'm not from the deeps. That water. Is that? I say data, not data. I say data. I feel like most people say data.
Yeah.
Data analytics.
Yeah.
Data is
Bag.
like what a robot would say.
I say
Data is
bag.
like what a person would say. The data.
Bag, water, caramel.
Right.
What's
Pillow.
What's poppin'?
Say pillow. Who else says pillow? Unless it's like pillow. Like I
No,
might.
it would be like-
Oh, he's gonna
yeah.
cry himself to sleep tonight on his huge pillow. You've seen how I've married an axe murderer. Malik should have been a top 5 pick. No. I don't know.
Malik should be a top 5 ratio.
Bladen got fully dressed up here, yeah. Crayon.
Oh, someone posted us on their Instagram.
Yes, sir.
W.
Theo say crayon, Louisville, pumpkin, oil. I'm just naming words now.
I'm seeing a lot of reports that the Panthers' pursuit of Baker Mayfield continues to heat up.
All right.
Come on, man.
Cran. Man, and this also goes to show how high the Steelers must have been on Pickett, you know? Like, is Pickett, not only is Pickett their QB1, Pickett is getting picked this much higher than all the other quarterbacks.
Right.
So, interesting. Nevada. Panthers are aggressively, yeah. Whereas most water
It's more mid than most water when it sits.
say N'Kobe Dean is a Cowboy. He's an Eagle, sadly, here at 51. They continue to knock it out of the park.
What? Did Pickens go?
Nope.
I'm gonna break my heart.
Don't you want him to fall to the Browns?
I want the Browns to take a defensive lineman.
That's true.
Get the Louisville pronunciation right? How do you say it if it's not Louisville?
Louisville.
Louis? Okay.
I would say Louisville.
What is Bladen drinking? Water in a weird Wynn Casino resort.
It is weird. I'll give you all that.
I was high school teammates with Owe and Ajabo. This is the coolest moment ever. Oh, yeah, because they're at the same team
That is cool.
now. Yeah, that is really cool. I didn't realize they were high school teammates. It was on like a spy. You got Louisville right before. I think I did get Louisville right. I think that's the correct way to pronounce it. You guys are from Ohio, which
Louisville.
is basically Kentucky's. Louisville is wrong. Yeah, you're wrong, according to the chat. I didn't watch him. I have no thoughts. Him and Cole Strange are the first two I just have no thoughts on. I didn't watch him, and I didn't watch anybody else on that defense.
Did Booth go?
Yes, the Vikings took him.
42.
Can you say hi to me, Eric Chifa? All right, I'm just going to say what Melkai... Mr. Versatility, I'll tell you what. He could be a heck of a safety. That's my thoughts on him. Dynamic. 60 tackles. Look at him close there. You were playing outside corner. Nice job. That seemed... Oh, I like good pick. Just bowled that guy over. Look, he played in the SEC. I like him. You know, 60 tackles in the SEC. Good in my book.
Where are the highlights against Alabama and Georgia, man? Stop showing them beating up on like the Gamecocks.
Look at him move. He's got some dance moves. Overall, yeah, this is not looking great. Penning looks like such a... Look at his picture, man. Looks like a fish.
He looks like an asshole.
Looks like a fish in that picture. Who is the least fraudulent on TV draft analysis in your guys' opinion? I mean, Kuiper watches all these guys. Like, I think he does. So.
I think if you do this for like 20 years, people underestimate how like you're gonna have some really horrible takes, or you're just not gonna have any takes at all.
Right. I don't think Kuiper's a fraudulent draft analyst, honestly.
I don't
mean, he's not like worse than me, that's for sure. You know.
Nah, he is worse than us.
Is he?
Yep.
I mean, he's unvaccinated.
That makes him worse.
But yeah. Ask me what my favorite part of football is. Go on, ask me. I like being able to legally assault somebody. that I watched that immediately. My mind went to the dog wearing the Daredevil mask.
It's just so corny, man. And I'm a cornball, and I think.
Did I see Dennis Allen's quote? No, I didn't. What did Dennis Allen say about Penning? They're saints. He's not a saint. They're saints in the sense that the Saints help tough, smart, and competitive. I mean, he is tough. He's saints in the sense that, like, when the Saints gave PR money to the Catholic Church to cover up their sex crimes. Penning is similarly, like, dirty.
That's some YouTube live shit right there.
That's That one I'm not. This is the draft analyst. You're not getting. This is the draft analysis. You're not getting anywhere else, folks.
You are not getting.
You know, if they were to go Dean here, that'd be a really funny draft. Where if they had gone like, let's say Dean
like
in the
if you
first and
reversed
straight,
it, you'd be like, oh, great draft.
You end up getting the same thing anyway.
Bro, the QBs in this draft this bad. Yes, literally yes. They're like, again, my highest graded one was Ritter, and I did not have a round 1 grade on him. I had a high second. On Ritter, and then I had a third on everybody else.
Yeah.
This whole round might go without seeing him, honestly, if they see what I saw.
man.
Easier to refine and better motor. Malik Willis might be the next Tom Brady. Yeah, they play the same.
They're exactly the same, man.
My stepbrother was at the Penning draft party. He always says how quiet he is and shy outside of football. Pretty nice. Well, that's good at least.
So I mean, the Chiefs just traded their pick, no?
Yeah, so the Patriots went above Pittsburgh and Philly. Dean does make sense here. Those are the guys you're jumping.
Yeah, because maybe they're worried that Philadelphia takes a linebacker, no?
What?
Maybe because the Patriots are worried that Philadelphia wants a linebacker.
Yeah. That makes Dean here does make a lot of sense. I'd love him on the Patriots as well. Let's take Thornton. Is that favorite comic book movie? My favorite comic book movie is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
It's a good movie.
Dang. I finally get a seal of approval from you. I've been nothing but shooting bricks all day on my 9-foot non. That's okay. It's whatever. I love that movie. Sorry, Dark Knight. I haven't seen the Batman though yet. Still, so you know.
I have not seen the Batman either.
I hear that one could be in conversation. So it is what it is. Album of the year so far. I haven't loved any album yet.
Oh,
I
will.
thought you're referring obviously to Kendrick Lamar's upcoming.
Oh man, I forgot about that. I'm excited.
Well, after that,
You should drop it on the same day.
it won't be ready.
What about Pinkerton? Yeah. What album did Weezer release album?
Future dropped, apparently.
Right now? Today?
I think today, yeah. People are saying it's pretty good.
I need to explain my cheese take. How many times do I need to do this? Arizona State legend Lawrence Guy. It's Almost Dry was a good album.
It was okay.
I was about to say I liked Pusha T's album.
Yeah, I didn't think it was nearly as good as Daytona, which is one of my favorite rap
I
albums.
kind of thought it was
ever.
better than Daytona.
You're crazy for that. Daytona is so good.
Alex, we're gonna have to listen to "It's Almost Dry" on the way.
I did like the Denzel album, but it wasn't like compared to like my top 5 last year. It wouldn't have made my top 5 last year. So, Good Kid, Mad City, greatest album of all time. It's good.
Greatest album of all time is the Carter 5, I fear.
He's doing a good job reading this off.
He's like made for this.
The Giants kid did a
he's-
great job. That
Yeah,
was
both of them
this
have done
moment.
really good.
He was pumped. I said he would go early.
Yeah. Oh,
I liked him. Second round grade is a little high for him, but yeah, I mean, he on top of the game breaking speed, I mean, he looked pretty refined to me. I liked him. Yeah,
this Tyquan Thornton will probably also be seen as like a little bit of a reach, and like maybe it is, but I also think that he was like 6th round, 5th round stuff was a little low. He was really.
I mean, that's a nice route there.
He was a baller. For Baylor.
And incoming contact from the safety. You see this? I mean, you don't see the typical like that was a good route. Just burn that guy.
Yeah.
With the release. Good all 3 years. Again, safety's no chance to catch up with him there. Hands catch. He's nice, man. He's really thin. You see it working through contact there, and
The tracking.
he can track. He can make catches through contact, and if he's pressed, there's a world where he doesn't get off of that. But also it's tough to press a guy with that speed. But yeah, Strange and Thornton are definitely not. These are definitely two guys who going a little bit higher than you'd expect them to. So
a little bit for sure.
I do like Thornton though. I don't think this is a bad take.
If the Eagles get Dean here, man, their draft is just crazy.
Yeah.
Come out of here with
If I had any Felipe Franks level bad takes so far, hey, Felipe Franks, still don't write him off quite yet. There's a reason that they haven't.
There's a reason the Falcons haven't taken. There's a reason the Falcons haven't taken a quarterback yet.
What are the worst mainstream draft narratives this year? Well, I thought the worst mainstream draft narratives were the quarterback class and Willis #2 and all that. But hey, it's getting exposed.
Rip Bubbles, man. Bubbles deserve better.
This commercial reminds me of the time when I had pet hermit crabs and one of them died, and we dug a.
What's his name?
I don't remember. It was probably Shelly or something like that.
I had pet hermit crab. Mines were named
Yeah.
Hermie and Shermie.
I actually think Hermie may have been another name for mine as well. I think it was Shelly and Herman or something like that.
Hermie and
And
Shermie.
then one died and we buried it. And I told all the kids that we dug so deep we found lava. That was my big lie that I said. I was in
Did you
kindergarten.
cry when your hermit crabs died?
No, I
did.
I was excited that I could dig a big hole.
I was
they were like,
I was
yeah, you can go
devastated,
dig a
man.
grave. And I was like, oh my God, I can go dig in the yard. So I did that. And I told everybody my hermit crab died and I dug a grave so deep for him I found lava. And that's what I was on the playground telling kids in kindergarten.
My hermit crabs dying was my
Yo,
first big
killed the
heartbreak.
hermit crab. What?
That was
Wow.
that was my first big heartbreak. Was my hermit crabs dying?
I See You or Motion Sickness best Phoebe song. This Is
As
the
we
End is the
should,
best
man.
Phoebe Bridgers song. I think it's kind of easy. I'm a big Garden Song fan as well. I do like Motion. I do like I See You a lot though. The Jets offered 2 first. Willis won't go round 2, fulfilling my prophecy of a 3rd round grade. James Corden is leaving the Late Late Show. Awesome. That guy stinks. There we go. Best injury reserve song. I'm a big By Storm fan. By Storm rocks. 3-Man Weave is pretty cool. The one SF San Francisco or SS whatever that is. Savior Complex is pretty good. Scott Street is good. Do you hear Phoebe Bridgers got engaged? All my Phoebe Bridgers fans. Yeah. Some guy who's some Irish guy. Tough scene, Alex. I actually don't know if you're Irish. You just have red hair. No, close. Can there be Irish? Can you be both?
I think you can be Irish and Jewish.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can be anything.
You can be whatever you want, yeah.
2022.
It's 2022, yeah. We don't need any British people doing comedy in the great USA. So true. By Storm is also my favorite song. We should get married. We should. Theo casually ignoring Blaine's hermit crab story. Sorry.
L. You're fired, Theo.
Who is the best late night TV host? Well, Conan's not doing it anymore. Conan was the best
Trading
easily.
Theo for elite takes.
Conan was so good.
A hermit crab. I'm trading Theo for a hermit crab.
Thoughts on Taylor Swift? I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan, but I'm also a guy, so nothing wrong with any guy Taylor Swift fans, but she doesn't really make music for me, you know. She's more about. I'm not a Swiftie.
I'm not a
I'm not.
Swiftie. You
Are
know
you?
who I'm a huge fan of Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is
You
the
just think
greatest.
she's hot.
She's also the greatest singer of all
I
time.
heard some Olivia Rodrigo in the shower.
That wasn't Olivia Rodrigo.
was it?
That was Billie Eilish.
Oh, that was Billie.
Olivia
Okay.
Rodrigo, though.
Yeah,
I
she's
like-
good.
I like her
She's
too.
good. Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo's great. Billie Eilish is the greatest singer of all time.
This is so cap. She like whispers in her like she doesn't even like.
Over
Have
Whitney
much-
Houston.
Huh?
Over like Whitney Houston.
Yes.
No, oh my God, get the fuck out of here with that.
It's tough.
Lucky I'm not wearing
My mom would hate to hear me say that because she loves Whitney Houston.
Yeah, and she.
Whitney, damn.
Wow, you are.
I'm cold.
That's a horrible. All right, whatever. I don't know. Over Freddie Mercury, you think that she's a better singer than Freddie Mercury?
Yes.
Oh my God, get out of here.
I would rather listen to Billie sing than Freddie.
Oh, kill me.
Wrong. Carly Rae Jepsen and Charlie XCX Beast. Yeah, those are some of my favorite pop artists. Charlie XCX is awesome. She kind of embraced like kind of the hyper pop and kind of more experimental pop, which I like. Cam Jurgens got picked. We're just talking about whatever. Interesting that they would take him and Landon Dickerson, who are kind of two centers. So their line is looking real nice, though. That Super Bowl line is getting a little bit old with Brooks. I think he retired and all that. So, yeah. What comment are we pointing at?
Matt's favorite player.
Cole Strange. Why? What makes him say that? Over
Oh my
Elton John?
God.
Yeah, you love Elton John.
I do love Elton John.
You think Billie
Elton
Eilish is a
John-
more
Elton-
talented singer?
Elton John is my second favorite artist of all time. But Elton,
To Billie Eilish, to Kanye.
to Kanye. Elton John's a fantastic piano player as well. So there's more than just like his singing.
You've made the case for Elton John as the greatest artist of all time.
He's the second greatest.
He doesn't even write his own songs.
Who cares, bro?
Me? You can't be the greatest artist of all time if you don't write your own songs.
He took them to like they wouldn't exist without him.
Billy Joel is better than
Don't care. There, thank you.
I
Billy
know.
Joel.
I'm saying, look, Steelers just got Pickens.
Oh. Chase
Fuck
Claypool
me,
announced
man.
his replacement. No.
Fuck me, man.
Claypool and Pickens is not a bad comp. This is
That's-
hilarious for you.
I
That's
hate
so
this shit,
tough.
man. I hate this shit. The Steelers were really like, damn, the Browns corners are good. What if we
The
just
Steelers love picking their diva receivers. You know, they're like wide receiver with maybe some character.
fuck?
Although
me,
Chase
man.
Claypool doesn't have any character concerns. He can just be a little immature
Yeah.
sometimes. They love taking their immature wide receivers.
So it's Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, and George Pickens. Jesus Christ.
Embiid has a concussion and is listed out for
I
this
mocked
game.
Cole Strange like 15 times. Did I? I had to. When we did those mock drafts, 'cause we did like 16 of them a piece for the YouTube shorts. I know I like repeated like the same like 15 players over and over. You just have like your favorites, and you're like, if I were them,
I don't even think I did all those. Being immature is a character concern, yeah.
Fire.
Elton John is awesome. He's just not the greatest artist of all time. Got to write your own songs to be the greatest artist of all time, sadly.
Yeah.
When so many do. If you're like,
Embiid-
hey!
Good pick.
Pierce.
Love
The Colts,
Let's hear it for
the Colts,
Alec Pierce.
The Colts
Good for him,
needed
man.
a receiver.
I like it.
They got their guy. Matt Ryan's gonna have a great time throwing to Alec Pierce.
Yeah, I
Alec,
like it.
congratulations, man. Come back onto the
Come
podcast.
back onto the show. Yeah, we'll talk to him.
Yeah, come back onto the show. Okay, so I was talking to Will Blackman, and I was telling him that like I don't tell girls that I have a podcast. I tell girls that I have a show, because if you tell a girl you have a podcast, she like immediately like tunes you out. Like that's like it's over for you at that point. But you tell her you have a show, it's like, oh, interesting. And then and then Will Blackman was like, until she asked what's it called, and you say the Stay Hot Podcast.
Just say it's called Stay Hot. Look at Jordy, man. This is so inspirational. Jordy is the most underrated wide receiver of the 2010s, and I truly will argue. Like I can argue that, and I will win that. Jordy is him.
Bladen certain.
Yeah, man. I like him more than like the Packers could have gotten him there, and they traded up with the division rival, who then used those picks to trade up to get Andrew Booth. tough.
Embiid has a concussion and is out.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
What did he do? Did he get it in a game? I didn't hear about that.
Honestly, I didn't see Game 6.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you. But dude,
That's our guy, man.
Theo is white and likes hip hop. Of course, he likes death grips. Accurate, sadly. I do like death grips. All right. It took a while for me to get what the vibe was there, but I figured it clicked for me eventually. And I was
Siakam. Oh, my fault.
no, keep going.
Oh, I was just saying Siakam got him with an elbow with like 4 minutes left to go on accident, I think. And
Liakam. Theo, you know the most underrated wide receiver of the 2010s is Marquise Colston. No, it's Jordy Nelson. Did Marquise Colston ever put
was
up?
never underrated.
Yeah, he was. He made one Pro Bowl in his career. One.
Maybe underrated to like the media or like the AP poll and shit.
And he was underrated to everybody. I'm sorry, like Jordy. One sec. Let me read off these stats. Okay.
sounds good.
Jordy Nelson, let's see. 1,200 yards. He was injured. Then he got 700. 1,200, 1,300, 1,500 yards, and 13 touchdowns.
He was a great receiver.
And he didn't even get a second-team All-Pro. No.
Jordy Nelson was a fantastic receiver. But if you're asking who was the most underrated, I think Colston is probably up there.
I think Marquise Colston's like pretty highly regarded, no?
Yeah. No, he's not a Hall of Famer. But Colston made multiple Pro Bowls. Jordy made one. Like, how do you in 2011? Yeah, in 2011 he had 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns on less than 100 targets. Didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Wow, that is nuts.
Yeah, 13 yards per target, 10 yards per target, 10 yards per target, 10 yards per target. Like he was so him, man.
Dude was Tyler Lockett before there was Tyler
Roddy White
Lockett.
is underrated as well.
Roddy White is underrated.
Good Will Hunting. I've actually never seen Good Will Hunting from start to be. Really? Yeah, I've never seen it from beginning to end. My favorite movie of all time is Mad Max Fury Road. That movie rocks.
My favorite movie of all time is Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith.
You need to watch movies that are not kids' movies.
When Theo comes in with Ham Hock and you come in with Revenge of the Sith, man, I gotta hop on the mic. That is a tough take. Matt, you're back.
Hamhock. No, hammock. No, there's no extra H there. Hammock.
No, listen.
All your top 10 shows and movies are shows I watched when I was
Star
literally
Wars Episode 3:
11 years
Revenge
old.
of the Sith is the greatest movie of all time. There's.
It's not even the best Star Wars movie.
It is the best Star Wars movie. There's whatchamacallit.
Shawshank Redemption is.
I love Rocket Man. I thought Rocket Man was a phenomenal movie.
Rocket Man is so mid.
You're mid, man.
No, it's not. There's no like deep underlying theme. The dialogue's not stellar. It's like it's like a cute little story about Elton John. It's
cute
not like
little story about Elton John.
Yes.
Listen,
You have Greatest Showman as like top 5, which
I
is
love
like
Greatest Showman.
which is like it's like literally theater kid bait. I'm sorry. It's theater kid bait.
It's not theater kid.
Yes,
bait.
it is. Trust me, as a theater kid,
I'm not trying to bait theater kids here, man.
No, they were trying to bait theater kids, and it worked on you.
No, I'm not a theater kid though.
It's not a top 50 musical of all time. Sadly.
I loved The Greatest Showman. I thought it was phenomenal. I love the soundtrack.
Because you haven't watched any good movies. You haven't watched any. Have you ever seen like I'm trying to think of like the best like object. Have you seen any Tarantino movies?
Yeah.
Which ones?
I can't think of like I can't think of the names off the top of my head, but
Have you seen Django?
Yes.
Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
Okay. Those movies are better.
I don't like Pulp Fiction. I think Pulp Fiction is very
I think
mid.
that's a bad take.
I think Pulp Fiction is very
Fiction
mid.
rocks, man.
I think
Inglourious Basterds.
I think the best Tarantino movie is like his most recent one.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes, I think
I
that's
haven't
his
seen
best
that
one.
You cannot hit the broadside of a barn right now with these takes, man.
Look, I love Once Upon a Time.
It was good, but it's not his best.
It's his best
his
movie.
best.
I'm sorry. I
Sky
think
Moore to the Chiefs. That's
You had-
cool.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I love Sky Moore. Sky Moore's got that dog in him, man. You can just tell. He's a former DB and he plays like it.
I watched Interstellar for the first time on that plane ride. And I think it's in my top 5, dude. It's a great movie.
It's a that one's real good. I can't remember what my top 5 are. I love the Coen bro. I'm a big
I'll pull
Coen
up the
Brothers
TikTok.
apologist.
I'll show you or I have it in my notes.
La La Land is the best musical. It's the best. I love La La Land. I think I had it top 5. Yeah, it's La La Land is
Revenge of the Sith is number 1. Batman Begins was number 2. Rocket Man was number 3. Matrix Revolutions was number 4. Yes, bro.
Don't just say that.
No, Revolutions was the best one. Ender's Game was number 5.
I've never seen that movie, and I know that's a thing.
Logan was number 6.
Yeah.
The Greatest Showman was number 7. Remember the Titans, number 8. Rocky 4, number 9.
I love Rocky 4, but it is not a good movie.
L. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And The Dark Knight was number 10.
I don't hate your list. Half of them are crazy. The other half are solid.
Yeah. Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Fine. Okay, the Cardinals' first pick here. Who's Arenas Williams? Okay. Hey, there's another.
Hey, that's our guy.
Love it. Okay.
Let's go.
First tight end off the board. Yeah.
He was a lot of people's tight end 1.
Yeah, I'm
So-
trying to think of what Ertz and how they play their offense. They have a lot of spread. You can get him in space. He's good after the catch. Does everything pretty well, I think. He may not have like one trait that's like totally elite, but pretty good at all the aspects of playing a tight end, and grew up on a farm. That's a big plus if you're a tight end. Grew up with a lot of siblings on a farm. That's the tight end vibe.
I agree.
Yeah.
That is a tight end vibe.
Yeah, I think
Look at
I
those,
think
be
he'll
able
be
to
good.
make a catch in space, take a hit, break tackles.
How many movies has Bladen watched? It's the question we're all watching. One time I asked Bladen like about A24, and he said he'd never heard of it in his life. So that's my reasoning for like you've never seen a good movie if you don't know what A24 is. Good movies aren't on your radar.
You know what?
It's like
I did
blockbusters.
leave one off that I probably should include. Silence of the Lambs. All-time
Okay,
great.
that's-
That's in my top 5 too.
That's
Silence of the Lambs.
He's back. He's good.
Silence.
Who's back? Okay, after this.
Okay.
I can't even remember what movies I had in my top 10.
And then in my top 10 shows,
Tom and Jerry, let's hear it.
number 1 was Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Number 2 was Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch. Number 3 was Avatar: The Last Airbender. Number 4, Gravity Falls. Number 5, SpongeBob. Number 6, Steven Universe. Number 7, Tom and Jerry. Number 8, The Office.
Wait, you moved it up. Tom and Jerry was lower on your list when you said
Was
they
it?
were-
7 originally.
Yeah, what is it there?
It's 7 here.
Oh, I
I
thought it
don't
was.
know why I remember that so well, but
It
I
really
know
sticks
exactly
out here.
what
When
you're
someone says, yeah.
Number 8 was The Office. Number 9 was Star Wars Rebels, which I've rewatched it a couple times. I might move Rebels higher. And number 10 was The 100.
Oh, I just realized that Barry is back, and I haven't seen the new episode yet. Barry rocks. Mr. Robot rocks. Lost. I love Lost, sadly. The ending was not that bad. There we go.
Amazing World of Gumball is awesome. If
you're 12,
That was an honorable mention, I think. I think Amazing World of Gumball was an honorable mention.
This
No,
is what happens-
Regular show was.
This is what happens when you watch movies as a kid and then you become like a teenager. You watch The Office and you get stuck in the Office cycle and you never watch anything else. There's a lot of people like that who like they'll watch The Office and they'll be like,
friend.
"Why watch another show?" And it's like because there's several. This is a
Sam Williams.
this is a this is not going to help the Cowboys always draft convicted felons narrative.
God damn.
Look, I'm sorry. Look, it's true. Sopranos is really good. I haven't finished it though. I actually watched Adventure Time for the first time.
Adventure Time's great.
a couple years, like a couple days ago, and it really
Alex is
impressed
telling
me.
us to wrap up.
Okay, Sam Williams is a really good speed to power guy. Like Charles Cross, you watch his tape against Charles Cross, who's a really good pass protector. Sam Williams beat Charles Cross like a lot in that game, and Charles Cross called him the hardest guy he ever had to play against. So, as a Randy Gregory replacement, he's not a bad pick here. It's just like the off the field issues, the sexual assault allegations are a massive red flag, and you've got to be comfortable with that. And, I wouldn't be. The Cowboys are, I guess. But we got to go to their studio to record the podcast, so
We're going to be
we are
talking about the NBA. So if you're...
We're going to talk about we're going to end. We're going to end and talk about the NBA, talk about round 2 and all this.
See ya.
Special episode coming out tomorrow and also the next day, right?
Or
Not the
Monday.
next day.
Monday. Yes, we're just
So,
recording it.
Special
tomorrow.
episode tomorrow, another episode on Monday.
Yeah.
That's it. We'll see y'all.